We're continuing our discussion of theater art. I think we've covered the process of art pretty effectively. Now we need to narrow down our scope to what it is that makes theater unique from the other arts. In order to do this, let's consider what have been referred to as the three categories of art. And those categories are literary art, visual art, and performance art. Each of these categories have several different arts represented that utilize different techniques and medium. What separates art into these three categories is the nature of the art object created. Let's consider literary art. Literary art is art where the primary art object is the written word. Examples of literary art include poetry, the novel, short story, and the essay. Each of these share the artist's experience through the written word. Visual art, on the other hand, creates an object that is a unified visual image. In other words, an object that can be seen. In visual art, the art object occupies space and doesn't change. Because of this, we say that it is unified. Now, you can say that literary art has an object that occupies space and doesn't change, but there's a notable distinction. We may be able to see a book, which is a literary art, but the book itself isn't the art object. It's a part of the medium that the literary artist uses. The words aren't unified because as we read each word, the experience unfolds. We turn the page and continue to experience literary art. Visual art is designed for its audience to occupy the same space and time. While our eyes can move around on a canvas on which a painting has been created, the canvas itself unifies the work of art within its frame. The third category of art is performance art. The nature of the art object in performance art is that it is ephemeral in nature. That is to say that the art object exists only for the moment it is created and then no longer exists. This is where the art object is not a solid object, but an experience. Music is a performing art. If a musician plays a song on his saxophone, each note he is playing exists only for the split second that he is playing it, and the song itself will no longer exist once it's completed. In this way, performance art is most like the experience of life itself. Once we lived a moment of our life, it can never be relived. So of the three categories of art, to which does theater belong? You've probably made the assumption that theater is a performing art. But let's take a close look at the theater process and draw an informed conclusion. Theater is an art form that involves many artists. But who is typically the first artist to initiate the art of theater? The playwright. As an artist, the playwright creates an object. And what is that object? The script. How would you categorize the script? The primary object is the written word. So we seem to be saying that theater is a literary art. But who is the audience for the script? Naturally, anyone can read a script. In fact, you'll be reading 4 scripts this semester. But who is the intended audience for a play script? The playwright is typically writing the play to be read by either a producer or a director. If this intended audience of the script likes the play, they will plan a production. They begin to bring together other artists who will make the production a reality. Who are these other artists? Typically, they include set designers, costume designers, lighting designers, properties designers, and others. A set designer plans and constructs the set of the play. This is the visual background of the play. A costume designer creates costumes to be worn by the actors who will portray the characters in the play. Doesn't it sound like these artists are creating a unified visual image? They are. So is theater primarily a visual art? It's usually at this point that a student will tell me that theater belongs to all 3 categories of art. Not so. It utilizes all 3 categories of art, but it belongs only to one category. This is because of its primary art object. We'll talk about the unique nature of this object in the next section. For now, click on to the task for Section 4. Good luck with the assignment. We'll get back to you.